Welcome back everybody to the Jomo Crypto Trading channel where we talk all things crypto trading, and today we're going to talk about Link. Link is a beautiful coin, a beautiful project, and the reason why I love Link is because when it pumps, when it moves strong, it moves hard. I want to show you first how Link looks like right now, and I want to show you what it did in the past, and maybe we can assume, not only assume, we can paint a possible future for Link if, all right, it makes more or less what it made back in the past. All right, so this is Link. Let's take a look at the chart. Let's reset the chart. This is how Link looks like today. Let's go to the weekly, all right, candles. Let's go weekly because then we can see the entire chart. These are the weekly candles, perfectly fine. And what I want to show you is beautiful, right? You see all this? This is something that I call an accumulation phase. Now, you may be an astute trader, you may understand a thing or two, and you may have noticed that this might be called as well stage 1 neglect, right? I call it accumulation, but if you're a Stan Weinstein disciple, for instance, and you learn all about how his method of trading, then you might call this the stage 1 neglect. I'm perfectly fine with it. But the good thing about this is that this looks very much like what happened in 2019, 2020. If we put this over here, all right, to these areas, very much the same thing. It's a box-like pattern that has tops and bottoms in the same resistance and support areas. So you can see this over here, same thing as here. This, all right, is very similar to this over here. So if this is correct and both of them were stage 1 neglect, what comes next? Well, let me teach you a thing, all right? After stage 1 neglect, usually, not always, usually comes what is called stage 2, all right? Stage 2 uptrend. And as you can see, this is all what happened over here through 2020 and 2021. All of this is the beautiful stage 2 uptrend. This is where we make the majority of our money as traders, right? Now, what comes after stage 2? You nail it, stage 3, which is the topping phase. All this is the topping stage 3, very volatile area, ups and downs. People think that maybe, this was the high, but maybe they think that after big low they buy the dip and maybe this will go to new highs, but they get disappointed, sell, maybe they buy the dip again. You know what, this makes a new high, let's go. No, fails down, and then we start a phase 4 decline. All right, so over here, from here all the way down is a stage 4 decline, and what do we get again? We get then the stage 1 neglect. Now, why do I call it accumulation? Because many whales and sophisticated individuals that have a big amount of stake, right, money to manage, they usually buy tips in this neglect area, which that's why I love to call it accumulation. Let's get rid of all these paintings and let's see. All right, so if this is stage 1, all right, let's say we're in stage 1 now, and I will tell you a thing or two about stage 1. Let's talk about it for a second. So we can see that this is a box-like, all right, kind of a box-like area, right? It had a better support, but now this is the support because of the capitulation event that we had over here. This was a capitulation day. It was a Friday that, all of the hedge funds, many institutions sold because they were really frightened about what's going to happen in the United States and the regulatory frame around it. Anyways, so now this is the support, and above over here, this is the resistance, right? This is a blue line. We can see that we touched this resistance once, twice, 3 times on the weekly, right? Now, what I want you to understand, that I believe that the best time to get into, if you are a Link fan, if you are an investor, if you are a trader, it doesn't matter. We all think the same. We need to think, when is the best time to get into an asset? Because we have opportunity cost as well to it that might occur. And I will get back to opportunity cost in a second. So we need to think about the best time to get into. All right. Now, I know you cannot time the market. You can't time the bottom. All right. Very hard or impossible almost to really know how to time bottoms, but you can time a breakout, and you don't know when this has happened, because even if this will paint, all right, a continuation over here on the weekly, and then we'll come over here, will it break over here or will it fail again? All right, and then maybe if it fails, it builds again, comes 6th time, will it break or will it fail? We don't know if it will break out over here, break out over here, or it will break out 2 years from now. That's why we don't want to be in an asset while it's in this stage 1 neglect/accumulation area, and you want to only buy it once we break out. Right now, probably when. Right now, we can always break down to the downside. You always need to know that the downside is always possible, right? But let's assume it's going to break up to the upside, because that's the path of least resistance for altcoins right now. Let's say we do break, all right, over here, all right. Let's say we broke out, then it breaks out, probably gets to these highs, and I will put we have resistance here. You have resistance here, you have resistance here, right? And probably more and more resistance. So each time you're going to get close to this resistance, you will get to selling. Maybe you'll go back, retest, get back again, break out, same thing, break out. Now this can take a while, right? But what will happen eventually is that we might get to the same areas as we had in the past. Maybe all of this eventually will look the same, all right, as what we happened in the past. Something like this, blow off top, maybe double top, maybe we actually go higher than the last high over here, all right, and then we fail. Maybe we continue, we don't know, all right? But is it possible? Of course it's possible. I saw Litecoin do the same exact thing. Litecoin had, if you look at the Litecoin chart versus this chart that I just now painted, it looks very much identical, right? So again, I want you to understand that there is an opportunity cost involved in trading. Even if you like Link, and I love Link, of course, Link made me a lot of money in 2020-21, right? I love it, but I want to make money on it. I don't want just to hold it. Of course, I fall in love with coins, but I want to fall in love with them in the right time to make the fastest gains, all right, possible in the least amount of time. And you know what? In our community, we don't waste time. And I will show an example. For instance, I want to show you why I walk the walk and not only talk the talk. INJ is a trade that we have right now. Let me restart the chart and let me just remove these paintings. So INJ, look, it had similar to what we saw right now, and then the stages 2, 3, you know, let's paint it, right, so you can see it better. So this is the stage 2. No, not the one I wanted. Oh, it gives me back all the painting, of course. So this is stage 2, all right? Then it had the stage 3 over here, and then it had the stage 4. I'm just illustrating for you. Then it went back into stage 1, broke out of stage 1 above the 2.5, made a huge move from the lows, 500-600%, painted another entry of possibility over here, and gave us trades, right, to enter, to position ourselves. Let's go to the daily candles right now, and you can see each blue line is entries. So we entered on the breakout of the 8.2. That was our first entry. We had a stop loss, of course. Then the second blue line on $9, because we had a resistance over here. We broke out above it. We bought it again, and double position. We have doubled the position. We're going to add again on a breakout of the $10, and we're going to make money, all right? Not like, unlike Link, which did not move off the lows. Look how strong, all right, INJ moved off the lows. If you just measure from the breakout, all right, if you just measure from this breakout above the 2.4 area, that's 300% and counting. All right, remember that. So this is very important to understand, that there is an opportunity cost, and you want to be making money as much as possible, all right, while waiting for other trades that might never come. Of course, Link, I think, will come in the future, and I illustrated why in this video. But you always want to be smart about your trading and not just stubborn about your trading, okay? Now, if you like what I just showed, please like and subscribe to my channel to hear more and more of the videos. I will try to make as much as possible. I even bought a new microphone to sound better, okay? Now, leave a link in the description, not a link, leave a comment in the description, because I want to hear from you. And if you hated what I said and you disliked it as well, please like, don't dislike, make a like, because I like the dopamine rush, and put a comment in the description. Tell me why you disliked it. And if you are interested and intrigued by this opportunity cost and by trading, come join our community, all right? We don't just talk the talk, we walk the walk, okay? And that is really, understand why? Because look at this. This is a screenshot of what I told you, illustrated, that we did. You see this blue line? This is INJ. This is a screenshot, it's a signal from our community, all right? 8.2 first entry. I had another one later that I gave them to buy above the 9, and of course later above the 10. So this is straight from the community. All right, you can see June 30th, 2023, that's when we entered this trade, and we are holding because we understand that sometimes you want to swing these trades for a month or more, right? If you want to get in, just click in the link in the description and go to our community website. You can see it in the Patreon and choose your tier, and that is it. All right, ladies and gents, have a fantastic continuation of the day. Stay tight and remember, no edge, no trade.